Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an amazing game for you tonight. We got Defaultkids versus TBA. This is going to be a best of three, so it's going to be interesting. We've got Manorhouse, Derailed, and the decider is going to be Coastal. But before we get into the game, one thing which I'd like to mention is if you want your tweet to be shown on the stream, use the hashtag Blitzkrieg Masters. That is BLITZ Krieg Masters, all one word. You can say whatever you want, and you have a good chance of appearing on stream, to be honest. I won't be surprised if mine appeared on stream. But after the knife round sword, Defaultkids get to pick the side, which is going to be Axes on mana. So this is going to be an exciting game. I'm really excited about this one. Defaultkids, some of these players which I played with personally back in Fate Esports. So it's the fact that Fate Esports are actually playing at the moment. They're going to be playing against Endpoint, which should also be a pretty good game. But this one is the game which I'm most excited about. Some of these guys I've known for quite a while in Battalion. Let's get started. Does seem like TBA. That's going to be annoying to say. Heading towards the B site. Bomb in hand of Joshua. Let's see what they're going to do. Two towards the B site. I know this up very, very well back in my days. Seems like not much has changed. One player in shed, one player in game corner. This is a pretty good sub since you can sub a crossfire between those two players in that smoke. They're aiming them quite easily. This is going to be Levy and DCT, which is going to hold this push with a quick rotate, I believe, from Jazz. Is that? To tell this mini map. Here comes the first push. Going to be Levy, which is going to get first contact, and which he does. It's actually DC2 gets the first kill. Levy's going to get the second. All Fates and Felser does get two of themselves, but the quick rotate from Jazz, he's going to fall to the hands of Felser. A nice headshot from him, and it's an advantage for 2BA, especially since All Fated takes down George, just leaving Pain. Does manage to get one at least, making it 1 versus 2, but Felser and All Fated got site control. They don't need to hunt down Pain just yet, but what an angle held by Felser, but he's going to get pushed off it by Pain. And it does seem like Felser's hunting Pain right now. There's the fact that All Fate is there to back him up. Which gun is he going to... Nice movement from him to pay out the shots, but he doesn't expect both players to be there. Great team play there from Felser and All Fate. A really good round from both of them. Both getting the frags. Felser getting a free K himself. Can even pick up the scope, which I know he likes to use in this round, but he's actually going to go with the Emerald Grand over the carbine. Let's see what they're going to do. Dark saying, good casting right now. Thanks for the feedback, bro. But it does seem like there's going to be an eco round coming in from Defaultkids. They do have some utility, which is already used. So the fact Jazz has got a go. You can do so much damage with the go if you saw him at Gantry in the last game, but let's see what he can do this round. He's going for quite a bit of a push in mid-trench, but it's actually going to be Fluffy. Gets out Pain, sorry. And it looks like his teammate decided not to push any further. He doesn't like the odds against Fluffy. What a beautiful name that is. Looking towards a B site, which there's only one player there, which is going to be DCT. DCT can do some magical stuff, of course. To see what he does against this push. Does only have an MP28, which isn't the best of weapons in the hands of some people, but All Fated does take out Jazz. That's a good loss for Defaultkids. Let's see what they can do here. DCT paying one player, but fails it with the jump. Headshot of the Grand, just leaving Levy and George with the MP28. Let's see, Fluffy takes down Levy, just leaving George left in a 1 versus 5 with only MP20. And this is going to be far around, nothing much you can do. Maybe you can take a gun away or token here and there away from TBA. Just sounds weird saying TBA, to be announced. Which is not a fantastic name in my books. And it does seem like George is just looking to try and get some exits in top mana. Well, top big one. Nothing much you can do. Does seem like Joshua is staying in B site. Just make sure they can't get a sneaky defuse. That's going to be 1. No, that's going to be 2-0 for TBA. And a very good start from them and the allies against Defaultkids. Defaultkids did win 16-8 against Coin Catcher. Well, in fact, this is going to be their first game for TBA to play in this qualifier since they was in round 2 straight off the bat. So you would normally expect Defaultkids to be more fresh, more into it since they just came back from one game, but that could also be a side effect since they can be quite tired. But it all depends on your mentality. I know DCT's tired since he didn't get his beauty sleep. See how they're going to play this round. It does seem like they are going for a split, maybe towards the B side, get 3 players towards mid-trench and the other 2 towards car, which they're going to meet Jazz. Jazz gets the information. He's going to retreat, keeping his life. This is good play from him. Just getting information and retreats. Might even get a frag here. He does get all fate, in fact. He's looking for more, in fact. And he gets Changaroo. That's 2 kills from Jazz straight off the bat. Pretty impressive with an MP28. Just leaving the 3 players stuck in mid-trench, which Jazz has probably relayed to his team. And the nades come in, only doing damage to Fluffy, but Fluffy endures. Because of all that fluff around him. She also gets the nice headshot to DZT, getting 1 back for his team, but it's still 4 versus 3, and Payne's in a good position, able to get 1. Only 1 will be good enough for him since Falsa is doing all the damage for his team. But he will fall to the hands of George, just leaving Fluffy. We want to endure Carbine in hand and MP28 in his back pocket. Bomb lost. Defaultkids should be their round. Unless they throw away. They are pretty split. They don't know where bomb is either, so they're just playing to make sure wasting time, and Fluffy will be able to retrieve that as well as a Garan. That's going to cause some damage. It looks like he's heading towards a site. None of these players can stop him from planning either. Might not even be close enough to see. Go for smoke covering a barn, allowing him to get a safety plant, but it does seem like one player needs to be a little bit aggressive, waiting for his team. This is good play from Defaultkids, not wanting to push too much, just waiting for his teams push in together. Since it is only 1 player, 3 versus 1. Pete, they're giving information and a push from Jazz, unable to get the frag. These 2 people should be able to get him. Levy able to get the kill from Fluffy. Good round from George and Levy at the end there. That's going to be the first round for Defaultkids. Let's see how. Let's see if they can string some rounds together now. Replay. Great play from their Judge. Just getting that first kill and then jumping out and getting the second. I can't believe he got Jangaroo so fast. That's the deciding moment in the round, really. But did manage to bring some kills back there from Felser. Felser playing so well, and he actually picks up a scope. See how he can do what he can do with that scope. Try and get those opening frags. That's what I like to see a scope player try and do. Just try and get it opening, allowing his team to push. And it's Payne who gets a nice headshot onto Joshua through the door. Hate to see it, but you also love to see it at the same time. DCT is going to be safe for now, but Festa does get 1 back with that scope. So important, the scope player, in my opinion. Like, they can do so much damage in the right hands. So he's going to stick to 4 versus 4, and it does seem like Falsa wants to try and peek towards A-Long, which no player is going to greet him. They stay away from A-Long, maybe because they know he has a scope, maybe other reasons. And George is the 1A site. And he's playing it very slow. You've got to be thinking, what are they doing in Defaultkids' hands? But number 5, Allvator, he's got the bomb, and it looks like he's going towards a barn. Split towards A. 1 player in spawn. Maybe Felsa saw it, maybe not. And that nade from George. Great stuff from him. He spots out 1 player, but he needs to be careful. That's the scope player. Does take out a Jawn, the scope player. Felsa misses his shot. Jazz looking to push to try and deny this bomb plant. He doesn't deny it, but he does kill the plant up. Does spot out both players' positions. Just everything out of the scope player. Just seeing Fluffy in a 1 versus 3. And at this point, if your Defaultkids push in together, you don't want to push in 1 at a time, giving those 1 versus 1 duels in this haystack position, which is so strong. And what a shot from George. What a great play from him. 3K from him. Great individual play, in fact, from Defaultkids. You always see these individuals step up. George, so done. Getting that scope player and then getting the last one. He's actually going to be the one to pick up the scope. See what we can do with that in the next round. Probably wants to in a good position. And right now, 4 tokens on all of the allied players after the game. The lost round bonus. as well as the bomb plant. 2-2 is the scoreline. Pretty tight. Let's see what they can do here. Felser and Allfate are both going for Garans. 2 Thompsons on Fluffy and Jangarin. Utility on the hands of Joshua. We see STGs, MP44s, as well as SCGs, in fact. See a push coming in from mid-trench from Jazz. Be very deadly, but this could be a mistake as well. Depending on reaction, he's going to get information. It seems like he's aware of the players in Garden. He's just waiting for someone to peek him through the smoke, but no one's greeting him. He in fact throws a nade. It could get someone, it doesn't. He's going to retreat, maybe giving his position away. It seems like they want to go towards the B side, which B players will be DCT. Oh, DCT with a nice flank, able to find the head of Ulvator. Nice clean shot from him. Levy, in fact, spots out a player in mid-trench, and this is going to maybe cause some rotates for them. DCT does lose his life to Shankar, so it's 1-to-1 trade for the time being. And Levy's in a quite a bit of predicament, but he does have backup in the form of Jazz. If you're going to have someone as backup, you're going to have Jazz. Payne, on the other hand, falls to the hands of Fluffy, and he does want to push. He does get Jankbro, and he retreats. This is a good play from him. Just retreating, getting that kill, and getting back. He's going to hear some movement outside. He's going to know there's going to be people there. And he gets another kill thanks to the bait from Jazz. Bomb will also go down. 3 versus 2, and you want to push them together if your default is. They've been playing it so well, these retakes. See if they can play this one well enough as well. George only getting in the mix of things now. It's going to be Levy who might actually get the first hand, and he's going to fall to the hands of Felser. And it looks like Felser's actually looking for more. George could have capitalized on him. He does manage to get the one kill. Jazz goes back in and gets the other, and George finished things up. Actually, doesn't he kill Jazz? Jazz after Jazz getting a double kill. A bit messy, but he will get the tokens in the end, and the round. But a very messy round in the end for Defaultkids. 3-2. A little bit of teabagging there from George at the end as well. And the economy's still looking all right for allies. They're able to buy some more, maybe get a grand or some utility here and there. But on the other side, not looking too smart either, to be honest. They do have some SCGs. They do have MP40s as well to play those close call angles, which Levy and Jazz have been playing so well in the past few rounds. Interesting to see how they play these next few. Felser looking to get an early peek maybe with that M1 Garand, cause some damage. Fluffy is pushed off because of a nade. But it does seem like they're going for a deep smoke, and if he might actually spot the players there. Deep smoke working, but it does seem like it's going to be a B hand, and it seems like Defaultkids has some inclination, and in fact, Jazz looking to capitalize on some damage here, but he's unable to get the frag. Does tag out Allfate and Felser a little bit. But he's outnumbered, and I think he knows that he's retreating a bit, waiting for his teammates to back him up. Payne already on the rotation, and it's DCT going for some aggressive play there. I need to find one. Levy's actually the one to get the kill. He's in quite a predicament in B house. He can just hide out, cause some damage, and cause some time, but Allfate is going to eliminate that threat, giving an advantage back to TBA. Sometimes I don't like CBA whenever I say their name. But it's actually Jazz who gets the first kill, getting down Felser, but a quick trade from Joshua and Allfate to do a lot more damage. Take down Payne, just leaving George in a 1 versus 3. George done it before, I believe. He can do it again if he really tries, and Allfate's a man of the hour. Gets himself a 3K. Once more, I think it's, you always see multiple teams, players getting a 3 and 2K on hands of TBA, whereas on the other hand, Defaultkids, you see like a few people getting 1 or 2 kills here. A lot more evenly skilled. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes along. Felser 9-4, far above everyone else in the game. All things are catching up a little bit, 6-3. But it does seem like they want to favor towards the B side once more. Joshua's carrying the bomb in. It does seem like Defaultkids are expecting it. Maybe actually going for quite an eco around here. Payne, DCT, and Levy just pushing in. And Fluffy's actually going to take down DCT. Peek there from the hands of Levy, getting some information, and he didn't like what he saw. He pulled back a little bit. He is alone right now. Payne, Levy, George, and Jazz left alive. Django, so close to seeing a player. Maybe just from that. He does. He managed to take down Payne. Gets a nice headshot. Leaving Jazz, Levy, and George towards the B side. They have rotated towards the B, so they are expecting it, but with these weaponry not looking too favorable for their chances. We're just clearing an angle. Levy takes down Allfader, who was the man of the hour in the previous round. Let's see if Levy can be the man of the hour in this round. He is a stand-in. Normally it's Sin playing for him, but Levy's gonna fall. Whereas Jazz just leaving George again in an impossible situation. Only a go in hand. Less worse weaponry than the previous round, but Django is one to take him out. A little bit more kill spread, but it was sort of an eco round for Defaultkids. That's gonna be a lead for TBA. Actually, DCT is going to pick up the scope. Pretty interesting to see what he does with that. No scopes on the hands of TBA, as well as the fact that Payne's got the MP44. Rest with Goers. But these Goers can cause a lot of damage in the right hands. I said that in the last game, so never count them out. That's the fact that Fluffy and Jingu both have carbines, but Fluffy has an STG in his back pocket. Do both the STG nades. I'm able to find their mark. At the moment, quite slow around coming in, but it's actually DCT who gets the opening kill, taking out Felser with the scope, and that's what I like to see with the scope. You want to get those opening kills, then maybe fall back, hold a different angle, make it unpredictable where you are watching. Doesn't look like DCT is doing that. He is holding towards the B site, which someone in the hands of Fluffy looking to peek him maybe. Doesn't look like DCT is favoring that position at all. Very, very slow round. It just seems like TBA is looking for some gaps in the defense of Defaultkids, but at the moment, Defaultkids are playing quite disciplined. They're not really showing themselves, which is good play from them. So they don't need to. Jazz is reading them most up front, and DCT might spot another player. Misses that shot. Nade taking him out, making a 4 versus 4, and that's the scope player lost, and B-side opening for them. But the players have rotated already for Defaultkids. They expected this. The question is, will they expect Levy to push out? They did. Headshot from Django, eliminating him, making it a 4 versus 3 advantage for TBA. But Jazz makes it back one more. His life is short as well since Joshua takes him out. So advantage for TBA. Payne and George left alive, and George has been a great game so far. Gets ahead of Allfader. Payne's going to find Django, just leaving Joshua. Joshua's in a good position with an STG in hand, and might even find one here. Might even find a second through the smoke. I don't know, George playing is so smart. Going for the flank play. Might not expect this, Joshua. And he doesn't. Nice play there from George. Able to get that frag, able to get the round for his team. It's going to be 4-4. Close game so far. Defaultkids looking a little bit rattled a little bit. Maybe they need to try and do something different. Maybe try and do a little bit more aggressive early on in the rounds, or maybe a little bit more passive. Hold crossfire angles, maybe. So at the moment, individual players on TBA doing a lot of damage. Felser only one on double digits, 10. The closest one to him is Allfader, like I said, 4 kills behind him. And then on the other side, George, 7. Only DCT struggling a little bit, but he did get the opening kill last round. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen this round, and since the scope's in the hands of Payne instead. He's watching mid. Let's try and get shot through the smoke, but it does seem like he's going to be an A play here coming in from TBA. This is going to be the first time they've gone towards lane, towards a barn. A lot of them. They do have grease guns and carbides. The smoke, telltale sign, and if you're Payne, you're going to just start shooting through that smoke. He gets one at least. Drops the bomb, in fact. Jazz going to get a second. Bomb has been picked up on the other hand. Halo doesn't spot out the player. In fact, Django doesn't even get the kill. Jazz able to get that kill back. Felser does manage to kill Jazz, as well as Payne. George does get Fluffy though, just leaving Felser in a 1 versus 3. He has been gifted an STG in the hands of Payne. These angles held by Defaultkids. Only one player not in a good position. He's rotating, and Felser's just getting tagged up. Position is really known, and they don't need to hunt him down. They just have to wait time. Felser's the one which has to make a play here. Ooh, nearly finding the head there of George, but George is the one to find the head first. And that sounded a little bit too wrong in my mind. 5-4, bomb unable to be planted, which was the goal of TBA, but they still have pretty good economy, so they can still buy. Felser, in fact, buys himself a scope after gifted some tokens from his teammates. No scope on the side of the axes, which might prove a little bit difficult for them. They have got a few kills in the scope in the past few rounds. Joshua, that's a very nice ground pound for I like to jab. Let's see what we can do here. We're going towards mid, but there's a mid push already from Payne, and Payne might be able to get 2 kills, in fact. All Vader and Joshua even drops a bomb, but I don't think he knows that. Does the blur smoke trying to give him a little bit of an escape route, and it does work, but it does seem like Fluffy's expected his push, and he is going to take him out. But the damage is done. 4 versus 3. Advantage gained for Defaultkids. Bomb was dropped only for a moment. There will be a retrieve from Fluffy. But no players towards A, and it does seem like they are aiming towards A long after all. Maybe a little bit of a miscalculation there from Defaultkids. Does seem like 2 players are starting to rotate back towards A site. And it's actually George who spots out the first play. Damaging Felser just a little bit, but he does have a scope, so he needs to be careful. But he's won it before, he could win it again. Nice angle hold from George, but can't even get the frags just yet. Just pre-firing, trying to cause some damage. It's actually Jazz who gets the kill. George causing some more damage, but he doesn't realize that Felser is pushed into spawn, and that could cause some damage for him if he's not too careful, and it does take down Levy, but George is going to stay alive for the time being. Position is known of Felser now. It's actually a smudge deployed to make sure he can't push. That's actually Jazz who tries to stop the bomb plant. A little bit too risky, but doesn't pay off. Because of the scope, DCT does get one back for himself, taking out Fluffy, and that's time gone since they weren't able to get the bomb down. The risk paid off. Another round for Defaultkids. Playing so well so far. 6-4. But if you want to have a good half, you might want to extend that lead. Make sure they can't get any more. Maybe get 11 rounds. If they can get these next 5 rounds, they'll be in a good position. But of course, that it might be too much to tell, especially since Felser was able to keep that scope into this one, which isn't too good. On the other side, you see Payne and Jazz maybe for forwards. DCT does have a car, plus George having an STG, but Levy's only got a Giller. I say only in the right hands, like I said many times before, he can do a lot of damage as well as these carbines. So you can't count the team out just because of their weaponry, because these weapons can cause damage. Unless you have 5 Gurs, then I would count you out. However, I've seen teams win 5 Gurs. George playing it very carefully, but essentially Jazz gets the opening kill with that MP44. He's looking for more. Does escape from the jaws of Joshua, but it's actually George down long. Gets down Felser. That's the scope gone. That's the main man on ally side. And it does seem like George is expecting 2 more players pushing him. Great repositioning from him, in fact. Able to get a new angle. Able to spot Fluffy and getting him another new angle. This is good play. Just playing around these angles. Allowing his team a chance to rotate. Payne is close by. Nice small fighter takes down George. That's a long play gone. I might just cause rotate, which I think that's what I want. And go back towards B site. Not much time left. And Jazz is going to take down Joshua, and they should have started expecting maybe a B push. They're still towards A site. They might not have expected after all. DC more Jazz actually decided to rotate that towards B site. Which is good for him. Good for the team. All the rest of his teammates are towards A, and there we have it. Spot from Jazz, and that's going to cause a quick rotation from Defaultkids. In fact, Jazz could even stop this bomb plant just a little bit off. 2 versus 4. Bomb is blind for TBA, but it will be a tough situation, especially since the scope is in the hands of Wolfhater. In fact, this could cause some challenges for Defaultkids if they're not too careful, but DCT, quick on the trigger. Able to get the first frag. Fluffy spots out 1 player. Jazz, no fault. Looks like he has to whip out his pistol, but Levy from behind with the Thompson. Able to shut him out, making it 7-4 Defaultkids. Scope picked up 4 Payne. extending their lead. Sloppy playing though from Defaultkids. They need to be a little bit more careful, maybe watch out, but the solid individual players just playing so well. George on 10, Jess on 11. 14 kills on Felser, only one on double digits on his team. The only one you can say is slacking is DCT, but even DCT is having some impactful frags. However, hands of maybe Django, he's been very quiet in this game. You can even say Joshua's been quiet. He has had quite a little bit of impact, but not that much. Fade from Pain, unable to find his mark. So all 5 players going to stand, but it's going to be quite a big push, but it looks like Defaultkids are quite expecting it. Don't have anyone towards A, in fact. They're expecting very much B push, and the thing is so slow, TBA. Which is good, because they need to play a methodical, clear out the angles, which Defaultkids could hold, but at the same time, they've all rotated towards B. And they know they can't rotate back either. They must have a good inkling that they are all towards headshot. Again, very quiet. DCT on quite an aggressive angle of the car. He will only get one shot, and then he has to pull back the bolt, which takes about half a second. And that half second is quite a long while when he pushed. Smoke's coming in for TBA, and that's the push. He does only get a tag. Switches the MP4. He will back to the car. Back into the shed, holding an aggressive angle, and it's actually Levy gets the first kill. Payne able to get one, as well as DCT getting 2 each from themselves. Very clean round. SCG and Carl working very nicely. Only Levy falling for the hands of Defaultkids, and that was a very quick round. After such a long build-up, TBA just couldn't do anything. 8-4. Defaultkids have won the half, but they need to make sure their lead is a little bit further, because you have seen in the rounds which they have won, TBA can do a lot of damage, and some of these rounds have been pretty close. It does seem like they're heading towards A instead. They are on carbines and grease guns once more. They've been going towards A on their eco/half-buy rounds. It's been doing some damage. It made it close at least. Oh, Josh picks down Payne. That's the scope leg gone. And George might be in a little bit of a predicament. He's not too careful. Just had to be rotated back towards help in case they push, and doesn't seem like they are pushing. Unless they're pushing through connector. Down to big trench towards the B side. Only one player towards Manor. Levy and DCT is going to have a little bit of trouble here if they're not careful, especially since they're not really watching those angles. DCT, if they push through logs, they will be in a little bit of trouble. Jazz, realizing this, going into logs position, and if he pushes a little bit more, he might be able to catch a player out. He spots out a player, in fact, but he doesn't spot the player right next to the logs. All fates are able to get the first kill. Levy does trade it back. DCT trades it even more. Levy gets another one. DCT, these two are on fire, just leaving Joshua left alive, and DCT gets himself a third. He's woken up, ladies and gentlemen. He's on 10 kills now. Only Payne's the only one not in double digits. What a great round from him. Games have a triple kill with that car. He hasn't died in quite a few rounds, actually. Levy holding the fort as well. Just these individual players just holding their ground against these players. When they're all grouped together as well, if you're a TBA, you just have a little bit of trouble thinking, what can you do against this team? It does seem like they are heading back towards A. They did head towards A in the previous round and change their mind, go towards B, which was the right idea. It's just like the individual players just couldn't hit their shots, and Defaultkids were able to hit theirs. George does have a scope in hand. Playing it quite passive A, in fact. Watching from afar if they PK long, as well as they push Payne, which he's aware. Payne does push through Manor, able to get one kill. Drops a bomb, in fact, but he doesn't expect another one in the same position. Joshua, he will recover the bomb, in fact. But that means all the players on Defaultkids are on double kills because of that play. It does seem like 3 players towards A long will be 8. Jazz has rotated. Nades going in favor, but it's Django who takes out DZT. Oh, keen player, that flanking player, he's gone. And now Django is the flanking player. 4 versus 3. Jazz has to step up big. He does able to get 1 kill at least. As Felser gone. He was alone. Maybe that was quite risky play from Felser, pushing in alone. And George should be able to get the refrag from Levy and get those 2 tokens. He knows those tokens are a little bit more important at this type of round. And then she'll win. Bomb will start going down towards 8. Grenade, that might be good enough. It is a little bit too far. Joshua just able to survive from that nade. Not for long. Jazz able to get the refrag. Now his position is known. What a nice headshot from George. Able to clutch out the round. Great retake there from George and Jazz. Nade doing a lot of damage onto Fluffy, I believe, which fell quickly to the hands of Jazz, and then George just able to quickly recover after throwing the nade to get that headshot. It fails up. Really good headshot, in fact. Amazing shot from him. 10-4. I said if they get 11-4 rounds, they would be very, very good going into the second half of Mana. This is, I believe, TBA's pick as well. So he picked Mana, and if you ask me, that probably would have been their first mistake going into this. I know Defaultkids are a pretty good Mana team since I played most of these players, and we were only good on Mana. So the next map would be pretty interesting, but Pain gonna fall to the hands of Felser. Felser's pretty good scope on him, but Jazz a little bit more quicker than him on the trigger, making it 4 versus 3. Still in favor to TBA. They can get this last round, TBA. They can get back into this next half, depending on an attack on Defaultkids. I haven't seen an attack yet, but if it's judging by these aggressive players on the team, it can be quite difficult. It's going to be A, and only 1 player for Defaultkids is towards A, which is DCT. He is able to get the first kill into Fluffy. Bomb will start going down. Smoke thrown. DCT unable to get the refrag from Jazz, who fell from the hands of Jankru. DCT going very, very risky, going for the smoke. A little bit too risky. Just leaving Levy in a 1 versus 3. Maybe should have waited for his teammate, but last round of the half. Levy standing. Got to go big in this round. Maybe the fun first. Oh, he does find the first player. Unable to get the frag, and that's going to cost him all to able to frag him out. And that's going to be the half. 10-5 in favor to Defaultkids. We've seen some spur of the moments of individual plays from each side, mostly on Defaultkids. You see Jazz getting a triple kill. You see George clutching out, getting some nice headshots. Even DCT had that triple kill with the car. But it all depends on this first round of the half. Luckily for Defaultkids, they do have a little bit of buffer. 5-round buffer is very good compared to the last game where it was only 1-round buffer between Nice Gaming and Low Train. I nearly forgot their name. It does seem like this round is very, very different. Utility on Levy, default on Kids, on George and DCT. Well, Pain and Jazz both have carbines. And on the other side, we see Goers as well as an MP28 on Fluffy and a Jangaroo. Quite calm round for the start. And it does seem like it's going to be a beat through mid, and it's all Fatal gets a first kill, taking down Jazz. And Fails is going to take down Jazz as well. Old kills going in Fatal. Fails are right now, getting himself a free K. Will fall down as a Pain, but that damage has already been done. Pain left in a 1 versus 4, low HP, and no chance to win this round. Got to count him out, especially since Jangaroo with the flank. Joshua with the kill. Very, very good round there from Felser, getting himself a 3K. Very, very quick. Plus 15. Don't see it often. It's always amazing to see it. And that's gonna spiral. That's gonna give the economy pretty favorably in the hands. Felser quickly to pick up an STG. Maybe too quick, because if Defaultkids win this round, and that's the economy gone full Felser. They only get 1 token if they lose this round. Get 2 if they win. And if Defaultkids lose this, they get 2 anyway. So the way Defaultkids get what they want, it's going to be an A-long push, and They need to be quick after being spotted out. 4 players. Rotation should always be coming in. Joshua needs to get at least 1 or 2 to be able to hold his line. He won't get any. Levy able to get a quick headshot after Jazz tags him up a little bit. And it's starting to push up. No one at Haystacks. Levy clears it. Felses low with that STG in hand. Takes down Payne. Push into A barn. Only good for 1 from Chankro. Levy quickly trades it out. 2 versus 3. Can even go towards B side if they can, which is their plan. DCT low falls in the hands of Felser. Nothing much he can do. And Felser looking for more. Another 3K from him. In this Galaxy side, he's going on fire right now. Not much is escaping him at all. However, 4 tokens on George, 3 on Levy and DCT, 4 on Payne, and Jans has bought Carbine. Let's see what I got. 5 carbines, in fact. A little bit of utility. They might have a plan in mind. The economy hasn't stabilized yet for the NXTs. They have an SCG on Joshua as well. Django has picked up an MP44 and utility galore. SCG just showing through the window, just trying to get someone which is peeking at sniperness, but no one is welcoming his shots just yet. And it does seem like he's going to be a pick round, like spread out. I'm just looking for picks, and number 1, that's going to be Joshua A long, and he's going to fall to the hands of Payne. Nice headshot from him, opening up A long. That could start opening up the A side, especially since they got these smokes. Joshua Infant has a nice shot. Oh, that's Django gone in A barn, just 1 player left towards A side, and if he falls, that's A side lost. Jazz going a little bit too aggressive, going to cost his life because of Fluffy. Felser low, he's going to start retreating, so the bomb should start going down. No nades on the hands of TBA. Oh, my bad, Felser. Fluffy already threw one. The 1-to-1 trade still in favor to Default Kids. Levy, Payne, and DCT left alive. Talk about Levy. He's just fallen into the hands of Fluffy. And Fluffy's got himself an upgrade. 2 versus 2. So far, Fluffy's done all the damage. 3K for him. On the other side, Levy, Payne, and Jazz on the one to get the kill. Spread out. Payne looking to get some more frags, though. Unable to do so. Carbine in hand. DCT does get all fitter, but Fluffy quickly trade out. Fluffy needs to ace it to clutch it, and he will clutch it. Gets himself an ace. What a great round from him. He's been quiet all game, but finally wakes up in a critical moment in the round, making it 10-8. He's going to collect some tokens for himself. But what an ace from him. Gets first 2 kills and pushing onto the A side. Gets a nade kill. Denying the planter. And then Payne, oblivious to Fluffy, prone, able to get his ace. And that's going to have 10 tokens in his back pocket. Great round from him. Great ace. Let's see if he can keep that up. Like I said, he has been quiet. That's the first time we've seen him have huge impact into a round. On the other hand, DCT's got a scope. Felser's got a scope of his own, and you have to see a scope battle. Battles are amazing. DCT though misses his shot. Misses another shot. In fact, trying to get the player B arch. He is heading towards the B side a little bit more, but he doesn't see anything because of the smoke, and he's playing it quite risky. He's gonna push through the smoke. He's actually made it to headshot. Clearing out the sight angles, but he doesn't expect them to be in the left corner as well as Shed. All 5 players still alive. Nades unable to find the mark on DCT, so they expect him to be there. Smoke up to make him play a little bit more. Looks like actually a little bit of aggression, which cost Vader quite a bit. Didn't have to do it. Fluffy didn't have to do it either. He does get DCT, but he gets quickly traded out by Jazz. Jazz, very aggressive position. He can stop rotate, call them out as well. He needs to be careful of this player here, Joshua. He's stepping up. 3 versus 3. He does get tagged up quite a bit, but he will survive for the time being. Does seem like B-site is there. So they have 1 lurking player, which is Payne. And Payne's the one which is going to cause damage. Joe does 4 times first. So Levy does make it back 1. So still 2 versus 2, but Levy, he needs to wait for his teammate. He can't risk pushing onto the site when he doesn't know where they are. And Jangru, he falls. No, painful to the hands of Django, sorry, making it 1 versus 2, just leaving Levy to stand in once more to clutch it. Tough situation, he will be able to get bombed down, at least that's some tokens for his team. He needs to get this frag hit, does tag him quite a bit, going in for seconds, but Joshua doesn't like it. He throws a nade up into the air. This is interesting because this might actually get a play, and he does. He takes out Jankru, making it 1 versus 1. Smart play from Levy. Just needs to get Joshua. Joshua has got 1 kill already, and he pushes out, gets the frag, and that's going to be the round in favor of TBA. 10-9, closing the gap. It was 10-5 going into the half. So far, Defaultkids have struggled to try and get a single round. They've been so close each turn of the way, but somehow clutches have been happening for TBA, and it's making it 10-9. Let's see if they can keep that lead. Like I said, clutches have been the main situation, so their economy is going to be weaker compared to Defaultkids, which have been growing each time, especially after the bomb plants and getting tokens. In fact, you can see DCT's got the scope once more. Felsa has managed to get a scope of himself, so he can still have that scope battle with DCT. But going towards A. Deep smoke, so he can go into A barn straight away from this, in fact. And it seems like TBA might expect it. That A-long player, which is going to be Joshua, needs to be careful. He needs to stay alive for his teammate, because as soon as he falls, Django is in a tough situation. Things have calmed down a little bit. Smoke deployed. And it's actually Levy gets the first kill. Takes down the scope player. Felsa with carbine. These carbines are pretty strong in the right hand. So Levy's been playing so well this game. It's actually Joshua gets the 1 A-long player, and that's Pain gone. Just holding this A-long position. Joshua's playing this A-long so well. 4 versus 4 could go either way. Levy's still on the hunt, I believe, towards B site. He can start opening things up on B site here. Cause some damage. Jazz in an aggressive position. Fluffy unaware. I think Jazz is kind of aware of Fluffy's position. He had the reload. DCT, he needs to be careful. He doesn't want to lose his scope to the hands of Joshua. No, Joshua's in there. Doesn't want to peek, all fades up. And Fluffy's gonna fall to the hands of Jazz. Jazz with a nice aggression, getting that pick. Now they need to get this pick on Joshua, which DCT at supplies, just leaving 1 player in A bomb, which is all Veta. He needs to be careful with George here, but George is the one which goes low. Jankru is also in a position to stop him, and there we have it. Jankru stops him, just leaving Levy and DCT. Time has gone. Round 1 for TBA. Playing it too slow. Defaultkids, they need to play a little bit faster. They did playing time a little bit too much. Cost them in the end. DCT wasn't able to keep that scope of his, whereas Felsa, he lost his. He has to pick an STG. So where's Jankru? Close round, but it's 10-10. All tied up. 5 rounds, all going for the Axes, and Allies haven't had an answer for it just yet. They've been close rounds. But close isn't good enough. They need to start getting these round wins if they want to win the first map. And Jazz looking to be very aggressive in logs, and if he's not together, he might be caught out from top barn position, but he's got a teammate covering him. Teammate unable to get the frag just yet. But Jazz is going to fall as well as Pain. And George, all these players going down 1 by 1. DCT and Levy left alive. 2 versus 5. And DCT, despite there's only a minute left, you want to keep that scope in the hands of yourself. Don't give it away to your opponents. He's actually going to get Django. He's actually going to start opening up A site, and Levy somehow made it through, so will be able to get a bomb plant. This could start helping them, and this could help their economy even more, which is more important. But DCT, he needed to get that shot off. Wasn't able to. Nain going to cause a lot of damage to Levy. 1 HP, and he's going to fall to Joshua. Too many angles. Too many shots. Joshua 3K. 11-10 for TBA. God, my throat. It does seem like Defaultkids are going for a pause. Which is probably they need it after losing so many rounds. You've lost 6 rounds in a row. Actually, 7 rounds in a row. So they will need this pause. And if you're default kids, you need to start thinking, what are we doing wrong here? And some of it, they haven't been doing much wrong. It's been the individual plays like Felser, Joshua, even Fluffy getting that ace, clutch. But it's not good enough. They need to start hitting the shots. Maybe play more of the team because they have been splitting up quite a bit. And while it has worked for them to start opening up sites, but they have been losing players very early on, which has been costing them. So maybe start pushing in as a team. They have got the economy so they can buy some weapons, and they need to start using their scope client as an entry maybe. Which DCT has been using the scope quite a bit. But what else can you do really? You need to maybe use your nades a little bit more wisely. Maybe create a wall of smoke so you can get through to the site. DCT will pick up the scope like I said. George, utility as well as Jazz, Pain, and they'll be still undecided what they're going to buy. But if all the axes run out, you're going to start feeling good. You've got 7 rounds in a row. You've got the lead for the first time in the game, and this is your map pick. You start feeling more confident. You're on the axes half, and now they are ready to play. Let's see how they're going to go about this round, Default Kids. Because Default Kids have the individual talent to be able to win this game. It's just like maybe we need to play a little bit more together, maybe a bit more tight. Paint, struggling a little bit. George struggling as well in this half. I hyped him up quite a bit, playing A-Long, and he did play A-Long quite well in the first half. 10 rounds to 5. Quite good beat, but at the moment, TBA's been doing it better. Undefeated in the second half, in fact. Felser with the scope and nades. This is causing a lot of damage towards Default Kids, and in fact TBA are expecting this B push, but they've gone back. This is a smart play, and Felser's spoiled out. Now they're going to start rotating back, and there's only one player on A side, which is Joshua. Joshua needs to get a double kill, which he does get. Plus then, will he get a third one? He does. He's looking for the fourth. Joshua right now is on fire. Doesn't expect DCT to go in stables, but he's done the damage. He's got himself a triple kill. Bomb dropped as well. TBA got in a good positions on the bombers, so DCT and Jazz can't really do much. Just since DCT risked a lot to get this scope into play. A lot of tokens used. We'll get an STG. 5 bullets left. And the bomb, and he's going to start faking plant. Jangry's in a good position to deny him, but somehow DCT survived quite a while before Felser takes him out. Jangry really should have got him in the first time. A really good round there from Joshua, doing the damage he needed and switching up to A-Long players so fast. When you expect players to push in, you expect them to get the kill like that. Let's see if they can keep this up. TBA 12-10. They just need 4 more rounds, while the allies, they need 6. And they do have some sort of a buy. No scope in the hands of DCT, but he does have a Garand. Felser using his scope wisely, taking out Jazz. Getting those opening kills. I do say scope lanes, you want to get those opening kills, and that nade kill into DCT. Round at the moment, looking a little bit lost for Default Kids. 5 versus 3. And Default Kids haven't even spoiled out a player. Maybe Payne and George just left alone. That was just trying to get that mid-trench player, which was Payne, but he will keep his life for the time being. Does seem like 2 of them is towards the B side. Well, George with the bomb, a little bit towards Manorhouse. They need to play this carefully. They need to be precise. Payne able to take down first. That's the scope player gone. He got the opening kill into this round. Junior's going to be able to get this player pushing. Unable to. Payne does get the refrag, but it's a 2 versus 3. And he needed his teammate alive, which was Levy, and that nade nearly makes him fall. 1 HP. 3 versus 2. Payne needs to step up as well as George. George pushing onto site alone. This could be pretty detrimental, especially since there's Payne in such a bad position. Joshua should have got that kill. Does get the kill in the end. George alone on site. 2 players round him, and that's going to be the 13th round for the Axes. TBA doing the job. 13 rounds. It was 10-5 TBA got the last round of the half, making it 10-5. And now they're on 13-10. Defaultkids haven't won a single round in this half. And they've been 9 rounds undefeated so far, TBA. And they've been doing clutches as well as winning quite dominantly. And Defaultkids, if you're like that, you're going to get started frustrated. The mental battle will start going against you. That's why you have to pause, trying to fix that issue. But it doesn't seem like it's fixed it just yet. Really need 1 round at least, just to get that confidence up, get the rounds back to back. These teams in good position, but it's Jazz. He needed to win that duel as well as Payne. Fails up. It's looking so good right now, and the nade misses him barely. 3-5 versus 3. Fails up. Doing so well. Couldn't even get another one. He does. He gets a headshot of George. He's looking to ace it maybe. Like, you couldn't even get this next player here, which was DCT, but DCT's gonna, well, actually, Levy's gonna retreat, and Levy's gonna show his back to Felser. Normally, you don't expect this is a 5 when you show you back to Felser, but DCT looking a little bit aggressive. All faked up, one for himself, just leaving Levy alone, and 1 versus 5, and it's a similar story we've seen in this half. TBA looking to get their 14th. So far, Defaultkids look lost on their attack. Nothing they seem to do is working, especially when you've got clutches coming in. Still, like that type of clutch will start to annoy you and start to tear down your mental battle. They haven't quite recovered since. 14-10. STG on Felser and All Vader. He's been playing so well, Felser. 29-16 Felser right now. Joshua also on 20 kills. See if Felser can keep this up. Joshua is actually the one with the scope, which is quite interesting. I guess he picked up off DCT. Levy, scope on him instead. Maybe try something different. And he looks like he's trying to only pick on B, but no one's presenting himself, and it is quite a fast B coming in from Defaultkids. Maybe they need to change the tempo. Maybe this could be a Defaultkids round if they're able to get this one player on B side alone, which is Fluffy. He was the player which was able to get the ace. He only gets a double. Double is still very good against 3 players pushing on the site all together, and it's going to cause some time. But Levy takes down Felser. 3 versus 3 has made it equal, and Levy's watching the back. Oh, the timing. I would have spoiled that play if he just stayed there a little bit longer.
Bomb planted.
Joshua with the scope. Able to find the mark, and he's gonna just hold an angle. He's gonna stop pushing now, but it's Levy takes out Django. This is the kill which you need. This is the round which you need for Defaultkids. The change of tempo has worked for them, and now they got the man advantage. Bomb down, 30 seconds left on clock. All Fate and Joshua need to start retaking the site. Pain, bad predicament, will fall to the hands of All Beta, and that's when they start pushing onto the site now. 2 versus 2. One player on headshot. Levy, scope, unable to do anything. He falls to the hands of All Beta. They all split. 13 seconds left. 12, 11, 10. Diffuse start going in. George will need to deny it. He might think that was the diffuser. He does get player off the diffuser, and he's actually won the round for them. George with the clutch finally going in favor for them. But it was a messy round. TBA nearly brought that back. 3 versus 2, and it went down to a 1 versus 2 in favor to them. But finally, 14-11, first round for Defaultkids. They want to get far. They want to go to major. So does TBA. To be honest, though, I wonder when they will announce their organization as well as I wonder who will pick them up. It'll be pretty interesting. And I'm looking forward to that because they've been playing so well. Felser been playing out of his mind. Joshua's been playing so well. Let's see. Joshua will be targeted, and he does get one. It looks like they lined up for him. He could have got a double. It does seem like there's a push coming into A main, which he does expect. It looks like he's looking for a second. Ooh, I mean third. Unable to get it. Fluffy with the flank does able to get one, and it's just left with George and Jazz. Jazz solo. And bomb has been dropped by George, but George right now, they're stuck in A long, and that's him gone. Joshua holding the site with the scope, playing that so well with the scope. hitting his shots, and that's what you want to see. Match point for TBA. Remember, this is a best of 3, and this is their map pick, so we still have possibly 2 more maps or 1 map, depending on how Derailed goes, which is the second map. And this map isn't over just yet. You could see overtime, but very unlikely. Nades coming in. Also, shots but unable to hit any marks just yet. All 5 players still in green. They've in fact got a shotgun, so it looks like they want to push into maybe B house and B site. Try and get that B site control pretty quick, but there are 3 players towards B. Maybe with this shotgun, he's gonna try an entry, maybe nade, done the work, take out DCT. That's also bomb dropped, and if someone's watching that and he can see that, the smoke will make it possible for them to pick up the bomb. Entry just yet. George able to get one, as well as Payne making all fake. But the push coming in from Fluffy, able to get down Jazz, but only good for Jazz, as well as Jangru able to get one himself, making it 2 versus 2. Make that 2 versus 1, just left for Levy to clutch it once more. We've seen him try and clutch it before. He played it so well, but ain't able to win it. Using the bomb site cover, because you can't shoot through the bomb site anymore since MU2's been released. And he will start to stick on. No, gone off it. Able to get Joshua. 1 left. Push from behind, and he able to get the headshot onto Jangru. Clutch from Levy, making it 15-12. A little bit of a teabag for a little bit of disrespect. But good clutch from him. Smart player. He's got the experience behind his back with these youngsters. Payne, Jazz, and DCT, all pretty young. George and Levy bringing the experience with them. 15-12. Could we see a comeback? Very unlikely, but here's an eco round coming in, or a half buy round for TBA, so it can do some damage. Deep smoke. As well as it's going to be a B, that nade. So close to getting Janky. Maybe if it was a little bit further, would have got him, but unable to hit the mark. 3 players are towards my trench. And those players are the ones which can stop this push. Fluffy looking to recreate what Jazz did, but it's actually Felzo who does. Able to get himself a double, but Jazz was able to get down Fluffy at least, making it a 4 versus 3 instead of 5 versus 3. And it does seem like Felzo's retreating back slightly, just giving some ground away to keep his advantage. It does seem like B site has been achieved for Defaultkids, but all of TBA just outside the bomb site. They can easily retake this, and they've got the numbers to do so. No nades, so they can go for the plant without anyone going down to them, but it's all about the pushes. Smoke, allowing George to cross, and able to get the plant down. DCT's holding the angle, stop the push. Wide peak low from Felser, able to get DCT and Jangru, stops the bomb pump, just leaving Levy to clutch it. This time, looking a little bit more impossible. 1 versus 4. He's able to get down Felser at least, but he needs to find 3 more players, and he's going quite aggressive. Somehow surviving. Picks up the scope, but that's it. First map going in favor to TBA. Went down to the wire 16-12 after Defaultkids had the lead 10-5, only getting 2 rounds in their second half. Felser going off so much, 33 kills and a stand-in, showing his worth, 22 kills for him. It's all about the second map, which will be Derailed, which will bring to you in a few minutes. So stay tuned.